what's up, y'all? It's popping this D. Let's react to this video about the riches. This is 11 people who took gaming way too far. They took it too far. I don't know exactly what they did, but you know, hopefully it's nothing too crazy. But we're about to see how they took it too far. Let's watch.
Shall we play a game?
Love to. Have you ever loved something so much that you just wanted to take it to the next level? We're not talking supersizing a Big Mac here. We're talking going all out, taking the ordinary and making it extraordinary. Or have you ever been simply chugging along gaming for a few hours a day and then you just wanted a way to have more of the same because it was just so much freaking fun? Well, whether or not you've gotten experimental with your own gaming, these legends around the world certainly have. Let's kick things off with our good friend Chen San Yuan, also known as the beloved Old Man Pokemon Go. Okay, folks, grab your Pokeballs, because we're about to catch them all at number 11. Remember when Pokemon Go was first released back in mid to late 2016? Of course you do, because it was launched in heaps of different countries and took the world by storm in just a short couple of months. Before we knew it, every man and his dog was walking around town, scoping out hidden corners in every city in search of the magical 150. You didn't have to be an avid gamer to get sucked in either. You just had to love Pokemon. And let's be honest here, who the heck doesn't? Digimon peeps, you can step aside for this one. Some people carried around portable batteries so they could catch Pokemon for those extra few hours. And some really keen players even wandered around with two phones so they could capture a Raichu and a Wartortle simultaneously, or whichever little creatures happen to be in the area. Double the phone, double the power. Anyway, if you thought that two phones seemed like a little bit of overkill, there's another thing coming. Okay, so there was one dude over in Taiwan by the name of Chen San Yuan, and he's become a pretty well-respected Pokemon Go trainer, to say the least. He was like, 2 phones? Ha ha ha, only noobs use 2 phones. Me, I only do what is necessary. I use 11 phones. This absurdly clever and unique approach caught the attention of many Pokemon fans worldwide who were fascinated by his dedication and tactics. Chen didn't stop there, however. No, sir. So he started off with those 11 phones rigged to his bike, yeah? Right, cool. He then decided that it wasn't efficient enough, so he took it to the next level again. He decided to abandon the bike for a more mobile setup, one which rocks 12 smartphones and power banks all attached to his body. Surely that was enough. Well, nope, it wasn't. He went one giant step further. Now in 2019, Mr. Chen has brought back his bike and almost doubled the number of smartphones attached to it from 11 to 21. Hot damn, Mr. Chen. That's some serious Pokemon catching ability, and we are pretty darn impressed.
Wow.
From one beloved game, Pokemon, we're sliding over to another, a true classic that will never get old. Any guesses? Nope, it's not Pong, it's... Tetris. Tetris isn't a new game by any means, but over the years it's certainly expanded. These days it can be played on anything from smartphones and classic 50-ton arcade machines to PlayStations, Xbox, PCs, you name it. So how did someone take Tetris to the next level, you ask? Well, let's turn our attention to a handful of geniuses over at the prestigious MIT. That's the Massachusetts Institution of Tacos. Sorry, technology, for anybody unaware. The group of students who were either overflowing with creative juices or were just bored out of their minds decided to take the classic arcade game and, ready for it? Throw it onto the side of a giant building. The building had straight rows and columns of windows, which the students were able to hack into. They manipulated the lighting in each individual area to create what was, for better or for worse, the biggest unofficial Tetris installment in the history of the whole darn universe. If you thought that dinosaurs were impressive, you never saw the MIT Tetris setup. Anyway, as amazing a feat as it was to create this interactive display, somehow these so-called geniuses couldn't even manage to clear a single line. Not one. Okay, from outside a building, we're moving inside, specifically into the gaming den of one of the most popular gaming influencers and streamers. Yeah, you know who we're talking about. It's Ninja. If that name doesn't ring a bell for you, then clearly you've been spending way too much time out in the sun enjoying the natural beauty of the world. Anyway, Ninja started off playing and streaming Halo back in the day, but has recently been focused on Fortnite. He is without a doubt one of the main faces of the esports industry, and has the bank balance to back it up, coming in at a net worth of around $17 million. So how exactly does he take it too far? Well, firstly, he has admitted that he streams and games about 10 to 12 hours per day. That in and of itself is next level. But the real wowzer here here is his setup. It's hella expensive and impressive at the same time. Ninja's setup features 3 HD computer monitors and a gaming PC decked out with all of the best gizmos and gadgets and gigabytes and megatrons and all of that techie stuff. That alone would be close to a $5,000 value. Then he's got another PC dedicated just to streaming. So yeah, pretty cool. Then along came the little angels at Red Bull, who totally renovated his gaming space into a button-mashing paradise. The Den 2.0 features changeable LED lighting, way too many giant TVs, permanent high-def camera installations to stream, and even a sliding drawer with dog bowls for the pooch.
Oh my god.
Okie dokie, moving on now. Respawning in at number 8 is a dude whose approach to World of Warcraft is like a jackrabbit on steroids. Known as Watola, this gamer has taken his WoW presence to the next level. Is it too far? Well, we'll let you be the judge of that. So yeah, Watola took his character all the way to level 100. That might sound impressive, like 100 is a pretty impressive number, but in reality it's not that difficult. It would just take a fair bit of time and dedication. Oh yeah, here's the thing though. Watola didn't just do it with one character, he did it with a whole freaking 100 of them. 100 characters leveled up to 100, and that was across 2 accounts. That's 1,200 days by, say, a modest 5 hours a day. That's about 7,000 hours. That's like 1,400 half-hour personal training sessions worth, although we wouldn't know. Hey, Ma, bring me another Twinkie and a tray of bacon, all right? Crispy bacon, Ma. Crispy. So yeah, that's a ridiculous amount of time. Okay, next up, we've got a story of love, overcoming challenges, and breaking the norm. And we're not talking about Beauty and the Beast. At number 7, please say hello to the one and only Sal 9000. He's never revealed his real name, but we know that he's a man from Tokyo. Anyway, it's fair to say that Sal was rather fond of his Nintendo 3DS. Almost too fond. Actually, definitely too fond. The console had Love Plus installed on it, which features an AI character named Nene Anagasaki. Nene had the ability to react to the player's words. If anyone's seen the movie Her, starring Joaquin Phoenix and Scarlett Johansson, it's roughly along the same lines as that. Okay, so Sal was fond of his 3DS and liked to converse back and forth with the AI technology, but so what? It's not like he married it or anything. Wait, hold up, he did marry it? Well, hot damn! So it turns out that Sal 9000 actually did tie the knot with his dearly beloved 3DS. The pair would go on dates, and Sal would snap a few photos shopping with his wife, among other pretty normal couple-y things. Okay, maybe normal isn't the right word for this situation. Anyway, we're not sure how his PlayStation Portable feels about all this. Rumor has it she's a bit of the jealous type, but hey, as long as Sal's happy, then who are we to judge? Following suit is a man from Clemson, South Carolina, who didn't marry any virtual characters. However, he did attempt to merge the gaming world with the real world by trying to bring a particular game to life. Unfortunately, the game he chose wasn't the smartest of options, considering that it presented a huge safety risk. We're talking, of course, about the good old-fashioned Frogger. You know, the one where players must guide a hapless frog across a busy road in an alligator-infested river. It doesn't take a genius to realize that trying to run across a freeway into oncoming traffic isn't exactly the most intellectual of decisions. It definitely wasn't a death wish, however. The unnamed 23-year-old's intentions were purely lighthearted and in the spirit of Frogger. Essentially, he yelled go and rushed out into the road. Unfortunately, although not surprisingly, he was struck by an oncoming SUV. Ouch. This isn't the only time it happened either. In San Clemente, California, some kids were caught playing Frogger in front of the local school. And in 2006, some guys in Austin dressed up a Roomba robot vacuum in a frog costume and sent it wheeling around on a busy road. Hopping in at number 5 is a dude by the name of Brett Martin. Long story short, this Colorado man absolutely lives and breathes video games. The thing is, he's not that much of a gamer himself. He doesn't rock a setup like ninjas or anything like that. Martin is actually a collector, and a pretty darn good one at that. Anything and everything to do with video game-themed merchandise can be somehow linked to Martin. It all started in 1989 when Martin's parents gave him a small Super Mario figurine. Fast forward to today, and his shopping spree has never ended, with over, ready for this, 8,030 items. Holy smokes, Batman. He was awarded the Guinness World Record in 2012 for having the world's largest collection of video game memorabilia. And he hasn't slowed down since, although it seems that he may be soon because his wife is starting to get pretty fed up with all the clutter around the house. She says clutter, we say treasure. Okay, number 4. We all remember that game Kingdom Hearts, right? Cool. Well, a user dubbed Aronius Gaming tore the game to shreds. He turned the dial up to 11. Apparently for this dude, progressing through all the levels of the game was too mainstream, too easy. So what did he do? Well, he upgraded his character all the way to level 100 without even leaving the first map. This is actually much harder than progressing naturally through the game, and we're not totally sure what his motivation was. Anyway, it took Aronius 210 hours to reach the max level while still at the beginner stage, which is probably far less time than actually finishing the game would take. Time well spent? You decide. Speaking of spending questionably large amounts of time on games, a Reddit user known as Treeboy Dave did something pretty similar with Overwatch, the team-based shooter set on a near-future Earth. He was like, "Oi, Erroneous, 210 hours is nothing. Watch this." So Treeboy Dave went and leveled up all the way to 4,300, spending more than 151 hours on each hero.
Damn.
There's 26 heroes, so do the math. Don't feel like it? Fair enough. Okay, we'll do it. That's 3,926 freaking hours. Wow. Hang in there, folks. We're almost there. Next up, we've got a gal by the name of Carrie Swidecki. The Bakersfield, California woman set the world record for the longest video game marathon of all time. But she wasn't sniping noobs or gathering loot while seated at her computer desk. Nope, she decided to dance and dance and dance until she could dance no longer. With an incredible tally of 138 hours straight, Swidecki played Just Dance 4 for almost 6 days. That's not all, though. She also holds 10 other marathon-based world records. That is absolutely insane, and that's why she clunks a spot on our list. All right, we've made it. Last but not least on the list is one of the most successful YouTubers of all time, although not without controversy. We're talking about Pewdiepie, who has climbed to almost 100 million subscribers thanks to his video game streaming and commentary.
Let's go, bros. Ah, no.
What's totally nuts about this is his super over-the-top, expensive gaming and streaming setup. His list of gear includes a Canon PowerShot G7X2 valued at $700, a Canon XA11 professional camcorder at over $1,000, a $1,000 AKG microphone, a $200 mechanical gaming keyboard, a $400 ASUS monitor, and that's only the tip of the iceberg. So yeah, Pewdiepie goes all out, but hey, it seems to be working, so why the hell not?
Right, for him, why not? It makes sense because his channel is centered around gaming and he has the means to easily upgrade, so he can do that. But that's one of the reasons why I decided not to do gaming. I've been getting people requesting that I start gaming. You need to start gaming. What happened? What you saying you was gonna game? I actually mentioned this in a couple of videos, but I do have, a million videos, so you probably didn't catch it, but I am no longer gaming because I looked into it, and even, the most basic setups, you have to buy a lot of stuff. So I would have to buy all this different equipment, and I'm not even sure if it's something that I want to keep up. And most important overall, I get motion sickness like super duper easy. And in the past, when I have bought game systems and tried to play games, I cannot play for more than like 10-15 minutes at a time, then I start to feel sick and I gotta stop. So it's like, why would I buy this whole setup and do this gaming when I can only play for, short periods of time? Like, it don't make sense. Oh, but that comment he made about Ninja, it made me think and it made me want to comment on it. So I'll randomly catch certain comments where people are saying like, oh, how don't you know this? How don't you know this person? What, you didn't know that song? That's so weird that you don't know this is going on. But it's like, I be living in my own little bubble, and like there's so much stuff that I don't care about. Like, and it's crazy because I've always been that way. Even as a kid, like there was just so much that I just didn't put too much focus in because it's just like I don't care. Like I'm in my own zone, I'm in my own little world. Like I don't care about pop culture and this and that. And that's even more so the case now than it was back then. Like obviously I'm much older and I've been on this spirituality kick to where I'm like super blocking so much shit out to where I just don't care about this stuff. I don't care what a lot of people care about. I don't listen to a lot of different music that other people listen to. I be in my own zone, in my own little world. And it's nothing wrong with, being up to date on pop culture and these other random things. If that's what you want to do, that's your life. Live your life, that's your business. But I just think it's so weird when people knock other people for not knowing. Like, how don't you know that this is going on? Like, nigga, because I'm living my own life and not worried about what other people are doing. Like, how you gonna knock me for not knowing about this shit that has absolutely nothing to do with me? Like, that's just so bizarre how our society thinks nowadays. Anyway, that's definitely definitely was an interesting video. These people are taking gaming very, very far, but for some of them, it's working for them. They profiting from it, so hey, do your thing. But let me know what y'all thought, though. Let me know what other videos you want me to react to, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!